So heads, you're getting chopped. Tails, I'm getting chopped.
That's right.
I'm just flipping it and catching it. I'm letting it drop.
Flip and catch.
Whatever way you want to do it. Leave it. Leave it.
Heads.
Fuck.
Yes! Who's getting chopped?
All right.
Can you guys step out here?
All right.
Woo! Yeah.
Oh shit.
With a shirt.
wait.
He's got 2 shirts on.
No,
That's
he
not
didn't.
fair.
You need to take the mic off.
Yeah, we're gonna take the mic off. We're gonna take
And the shirt?
and both shirts.
Both shirts!
Holy shit. I never agreed to that part.
Yeah, you did.
Fuck.
We just made that rule up.
That's a big dude, bro. You like beefcake size.
Yeah, it's big, bro. Like bear country size. Alright, good. Wait, hold on.
Oh, I'm not ready for this shit.
I take your glasses off.
You're gonna miss that bad?
Which way you chopping it? Like, you come with the right hand?
Coming this way.
Then go.
I'm gonna hit that tattoo right there.
So you
Don't
come
tense
in.
up. It's worse if you tense up.
For real?
Stand
Yeah.
on this side.
If you tighten up, it's a lot worse.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah, you gotta think of it like a car accident. You just gotta be relaxed.
But I gotta chop them this way, so you gotta move a little bit. That's perfect right there. Just don't even open your eyes. Okay, just look that way. Don't look at me. You know, he looks like that guy with Full Metal Jacket.
I've been told that many times.
Gomer Pyle.
I didn't know the stretch took that
Wait,
high.
can you do this daddy mom and I'm chopping the shit or something?
All right. Hello. This is GoPro Wrestling. My name is Dan Maff, and I'm about to chop the shit out of Big Frank. Ready?
Do accents. Don't do face paint.
Jump, sucker. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another episode of Conversations. I'm your host, Noel DiMaggio, joined by our social media coordinator, Sweet Frankie P, and the Bayonne badass himself, Danny Maff. Dan, thank you for coming on the show. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having me.
So let's start at the beginning. What got you hooked on wrestling?
Got me hooked into wrestling. I was born into the business. My father was a referee and then later turned into a local promoter in the, I don't want to reveal my age too much, but like in the early 70s, late 70s, he was traveling around every weekend, hitting different shows, different towns, and I would go with him, and I loved it. You couldn't keep me out of the ring, and he belonged to a small wrestling company. It was Latino based. It was based here in Jersey City. As a matter of fact, it was on West Side Avenue. It was 580 West Side Avenue. It was called, I don't remember what it was called, Greenville Athletic Association. And because it was in the Greenville part of Jersey City. And that's where I met, J.L. Chico and, a bunch of other guys, Mike Kalua, Paul Roma, Jim Powers, Johnny Rods, and those guys are, I was maybe 5 years old, these guys were like gargantuans, and I was always around them, and you couldn't keep me out of the ring. Whenever there was a minute to spare, I would jet right to the ring, get in the ring, run around the ropes, I mirrored everything that they did, even in practice. Even they were practicing, I would get in there, you would see them running their drills, and you would see me on the outside trying to do exactly what they were doing, taking bumps, not in the ring, on the floor. And one day Johnny said, "Jesus Christ, come on, kid. You're killing me out there. Why don't you come in here and do that?" I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, you're killing yourself out there." So my father was busy doing something else. I got a chair. I hopped into the ring, And I started taking bumps, and I loved it. It was like I was born for it. I was like, I loved it. He was like, Jesus Christ, this kid's doing shit better than you. he was telling, who did he say that to? He said it to Jim Powers. And, you know, I loved it. You know, once I got that first smell of the mat, you know, that first taste, I was like, God, this is what I want to do. And my father hated it. My father was like, I don't want you anywhere near a wrestling ring. You know, I don't want you doing this stuff. Go to school, you know, get an education. You know, you should be a policeman, or you should be something, a lawyer, something. Just not a wrestler. This is wrestling is no good. No. So, of course, what parents tell you not to do.
You do the exact opposite.
Yeah. So, you know, but, you know, I loved it. I was always involved somehow. My older brother was actually a wrestler. He was called the American Killer. He spoke very little English. He was about 4'10", maybe 5 feet tall. He had red hair and freckles, and he was called the American Killer. And you know, and my dad was the referee. And you know, I took my first official bump in a wrestling ring in 1979. And so, you know, I loved it. And, you know, like my dad's wishes, of course, I never listened. I was got in the ring. I broke my ankle at like 6 years old on a body slam that my brother gave me in the ring. And that just added to it.
Now, how big were you at 6 years old?
I wasn't big at all. I was very round.
Okay.
I was always a little fatty. I remember for my communion, my mother actually had to go to Union City to get a special suit made. She had to go to a store where they clothed midgets. Because I was a size 38 waist for my communion, men's pants, size 38, and they had to like cut half the leg off, and the pocket was hanging out the bottom. So it's like it's not working, you know. So we had to go to
a specialty store.
Yeah, I was custom made, I guess, for my communion, and you know, that's how we rolled with that. And you know, my love in when I was in grammar school and through high school was baseball, basketball, and football. And I did a great job with football. I loved it. You know, fortunately, I got hurt and had a couple surgeries in my knee. And Dr. Jaffe from the New Jersey Devils did 6 of my 7 surgeries on my knee. And it was like, you know, it's just not good. You know, I tore it up pretty good. And they just had to keep going back in to fix it. And
this is high school, college?
I got hurt at the North-South game at Giant Stadium. That's where I got hurt. Yeah. So.
You made it there, though.
Yeah.
Must have been pretty fucking good.
Now it's a lot more fancy. Now Under Armour's involved and all that stuff. But you know, it really sucked. And
what high school did you go to? At the
Bayonne High School.
Bayonne?
Yeah, Bayonne High School.
Nice.
Yeah. I got to play with some real solid guys, and you know, but after that, you know, I always loved wrestling. I was always a fan of the heels. I hated Hogan when I was a kid. I always rooted for anybody who was working against him, and I hated Backlund. You know, I always wanted the heel. I always wanted the heel. You know, and like, you know, it was heels like Sergeant Slaughter, Morocco, and Jimmy Snuka when he was a heel that really, you know, caught my attention. So, like, I think I was the only guy on the planet in WrestleMania 6 that was rooting for Slaughter. You know, but you know, I loved it, man. It was always in my blood. You know, it's what I was born to do. And I understood the business. I was always around it. I always heard my father talking business and talking finishes and angles. And, you know, I never really interfered. I wasn't one of those kids that would run around and don't touch that, don't touch that. I was always just sitting there and watching and listening. And I remember there was a wrestler they had a program called Ringside 41, and it was Latino based, and it was a lot of the Hispanic wrestlers from the area got their burn on there, and it was with Vince McMahon, Vince McMahon Sr. He would bring in, certain guys from our group, like Charlie Brown, like Paul Roma. No, not Paul Roma, sorry, Jim Powers, Mike Shaw. A lot of guys that you guys probably never even seen before. But they were like jobbers on Saturday morning TV. And that was a big thing. Everybody would drive up to Allentown, PA for the big TV tapings. And, every once in a while, Moondog Spot would come down, and check everything out. Captain Lou would come and check things out. SD Jones would come work out a lot at the school. And, it was a good thing, And when I graduated high school, I became a dad early. And I went to an event. Fast forward a couple of years, I lived in Jersey City briefly when I left home and I went on my own, and I came back to security for a small store in Bayonne called Joanne's Novelties on 50th Street in Broadway, and that's where they would do like signings. The Rock would come, Owen Hart would come, D'Lo Brown, the Nation of Domination, Billy Gunn and Road Dogg would show up, and they always had these signings. They would have like one every other weekend. And for this one, I guess they were expecting this real huge turnout. So they asked us to, I got on board somehow. I don't even remember how I got on board with that. I think I was in the store one day buying T-shirts. That's what I was doing. And I always used to sit around and talk. Like I said, because I love the business, so I would sit around and talk to the owner of the store, and he knew all these people, and I was just fascinated by it. I was like, oh, really? Owen Hart, all these people? Wow.
This is mid to late 90s? Nation Domination, 97?
Yes.
98?
96, 97. Yeah, 97 into 98. And he said, hey, man, there's a, whatever. And, I would go to the house shows, take Owen Hart to the house shows, like, limo and all this stuff. And he said, hey, there's a local show, man. I have like a couple tickets, if you're welcome to a ticket or two if you want. I said, really? I said, where? He says, here in Bayonne. I said, wrestling in Bayonne? He says, yeah, Charity Hall over there on Broadway. I said, get out of here. He said, yeah. So I said, okay, yeah, I'll go. I'll check it out, So we went, and it was Charity Hall. And I'm waiting outside, to get in, because I was such a fan. Show started at 8 o'clock. 4:30, I was outside. 4:30, I was outside, and I remember this tall guy came over with a southern accent. He said, hey, man, what you doing? I said, oh, I'm just waiting for the show. He said, what are you, Rinku or something? I said, no, I'm a fan. I'm waiting for the show. He said, oh, wow. That's cool. And that guy's name was Charlie Haas. And all right. And I'm looking at the flyer. It's like the main event was Yokozuna versus Dan Severn, and the other match was Psycho Sid versus, I don't remember who it was. Probably Demolition Axe or something. I was like, I really want to see this. So, I had like quick conversation with Charlie, and everything. He's like, yeah, I'm a wrestler. I just started. I'm like, oh, cool. I'm from Oklahoma, but we live here now. And me and my brother, we live here. I was like, oh, okay, cool, man. I'm gonna watch it tonight. All right. And the show starts. It's like in this small bingo hall, and the show started. I'll never forget it. The show started with a nun. This fucking 300-pound nun comes out through the curtain with a barbed wire baseball bat. like telling the crowd to like fuck off and all that stuff. And their fans are like they're seriously pissed off at this guy. I guess wrestling was going on already. I guess he was the top heel at the time. His name was Glenn Strange. And I was like, holy shit. What the fuck? What is this? What's going on? The fans are like they're ripping up. They're just looking for shit to throw in the ring. The ring is flooded with garbage. And then this other guy comes out and they get into this brawl and, you know, they set up, all right, this match is going to happen later tonight, you know, whatever. The whole crowd was going crazy. And, you know, Yoko never showed up for the show. I guess he had gotten hurt or something. He never showed up. But I enjoyed the show. So then they were like signing people up for the mailing list and whatnot and all that stuff. I was like, well, that's it. I want to get on, you know. I want to know I'm going to be here every fucking show. I was like, how many fucking shows do you guys have? I said, we were on once a month. I was like, I'm going to be here every month. Matter of fact, I'm buying my tickets for the next 3 months right now. So I was like, all right. I was like, you know, so then like 2 shows later on down the road, they made an announcement at the show. They're like, you know, the Jersey Oprah Wrestling Academy is going to open up, and we're taking 20 applicants. You know, we're going to have an open tryout, and we're going to pick 20 people to join the school. So I was like, whoa. So, of course, I stood and told my father. You know, I was like, the first thing he's going to say is, oh, your knee, this and that. It's like, let's go. I'm all in for it, man. So I went, I showed up, and we did the tryout with Magic and Crazy Ivan, and Don Montoya was there, you know, a couple other guys I probably don't remember. Frank obviously was there, and we did the tryout.
What did the tryout consist of?
Just running the ropes, talking about it. Well, it started out, you know, you had to sign up and stuff, you know, and everybody like changed into whatever they were gonna wear. And you had guys that like I guess wrestled for other companies and stuff, and they wanted to I guess get a break in the school. I don't know. I was just there. I was just like I said, I was just taking everything in. I didn't know anyone, but I do remember though seeing Fat Frank like every weekend, like at ShopRite, and I would like run him down. I was like, bro, when's the school open? He was like, oh my God, kid, Jesus, just it's gonna happen. Just relax, because it got postponed like 2 times. It finally happened. Here's the day. Boom. We go for the setup, for the tryout or whatever. We all sign up, and we like run the ropes. You know, we start like taking bumps. We start doing like blow ups things. You know, things to see where you are. You know, your breathing, and then talking about yourself by yourself in the ring. Telling, you know, give us 30 seconds. Tell us about yourself. Go, and all that stuff. And they made the 20 cuts, and I didn't make it. I was like, fuck. So I go to the back, you know, and I'm getting changed back to go home. And I'm like, I'm all right, so when's the next show? You know, so then Frank walks over to me with Charlie. And he says, hey, he says, what's up, kid? I said, what's up? He says, Danny, right? I said, yeah. He said, listen, he said, you didn't make the cut. There was a reason you didn't make the cut. I said, okay. I said, did I do something wrong? He says, no. He says, you were perfect. He said, I fucking love you. I said, so why didn't I make the cut? He goes, because you're not going to be one of the 20. He says, this is my company. This is what we're going to do. He says, you're going to train here. I don't want any money from you. I don't want anything. You're special. That's something special. There's something special about you. He says, you're going to train here. Just don't ever forget where you came from. I said, deal? He said, absolutely. I shook his hand. He said, when does training start? He says, tomorrow. I said, I'm here. So what time? He said, 6 o'clock. I said, all right. I was there at 5 o'clock. And he gets there, and I'm outside. He's like, Jesus Christ, it's fucking 5:30. What are you doing here? I said, I'm here early, man. I want to learn, you know. So we get there, and, you know, I caught on quick. you know, of course I caught on quick because I was doing the stuff. I was just rough around the edges, you know. I needed a little paintbrush work. I was a little rough, you know, so I needed to slow down and just be patient and hit people. I was hitting people hard, and I was rough, you know. I wasn't big at all. I was probably 230, maybe, about 230. I wasn't in any like gym shape or anything. I was just a
How old were you
guy.
at this time?
I believe it was probably my late 20s. Yeah. And just started practicing. I was there every practice. I was the first one there, man. First one there. Last one to leave. I was always asking questions, always asking this, always asking that. And I was on point with everything, man. I was killing everything. And I was one of the first graduates of the academy. And myself and Dixie, a guy named Dixie, and a couple other guys. And, you know, Frank said, all right, we're ready to go. We just need to find something for you. What the fuck are we going to call you? I'm like, I don't know. I don't care. You know, I just want to wrestle. So, yeah, well, we need to find you something, you know, for it to make sense. So I'm like, all right, well, you know, let's get into it. When do we start doing it? But he's like, we just got to find something. And then, like, a week later, these three guys walk in. And everybody knew them. And I knew them because there was a glare. I was like, oh, okay, so I know who that one guy is. This Jay Lover. Oh, shit, the short guy's Homicide. I was like, okay. And there's another guy with them. And Frank said, holy fucking shit. I said, that's it. He says, Danny, we got you. There you go. The new fucking head shrinkers. I said, what are you talking about? He's like, look at you. Then he looked at Ray. He says, no, you mean the headhunters from Japan, the headhunters. It's like, yup, them. Look at them. And he saw Steve. And he's like, these fucking guys, they look alike. I was like, Steve's like, no, we don't. He's like, bro, shave your heads.
This is Steve Mack for those that don't know.
Yeah. So we fucking shaved our heads, and boom, the Hit Squad was born. And Homicide got in the ring with me, and Low Key and Layton. And they were like, you're pretty good. You know, we like what you got. How long have you been practicing? I told him. And Frank said, he's really not going to learn any more than what he's learned here. He's one of our best ones. He says, why don't you take him? Let's see what you can do to him. But don't forget you started here. So, no, absolutely. I'll still come. So I was practicing there every, I believe it was Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I believe that's how it was. Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. I was practicing there. But then every Tuesday and like Friday nights, I would go to the Doghouse in Queens. I would go there every week, and they loved me, man. And like I just caught on quick with Homicide. I saw things quicker, and I started to understand things quicker. And he was like, I fucking love this guy, you know. So this kid's good. So boom, we put everything together, you know. We started wearing like camouflage and stuff like that, and that's it. We were off to the races, and next thing you know, we're like in Japan. Next thing you know, fucking wrestling everywhere. Next thing you know, we're winning titles everywhere. And I still didn't even figure the business out. You know, like I understood the business, but I didn't know the business. I was just having fun. I was just living the life. And, you know, the Hit Squad went on this like awesome fucking tear, man. We fucking won. I don't even know how many tag titles. Steve Mack will tell you in a minute how many there were, but I don't know how many they were. It was just fucking unbelievable, man. And like people were like scared when our music would hit, and the guys were scared too. I mean, because everything that we did just looked so believable. And you know, I also, you know, like I said, I was young and stupid. I probably wasn't the nicest guy in the world to deal with. because it was different, man. It was like a dog-eat-dog fucking atmosphere, you know? There were certain guys that held the indies on lock up here. And there was a group of guys that really had everything under control. And they did not want to see a specific 4 guys walk into a room. It was myself, Steve Mack, Homicide, and Loki. They did not want to see us anywhere. And they were everywhere. So anytime our names would come up, it would get shot down by them until we got the gist of what was going on, you know, through other people. And guys that would work us already, you know, we would have matches with them that worked other places. They're like, man, you guys aren't that bad. What are you talking about? I was like, well, you guys, people, like, everybody's saying that you guys are shooters. You guys, like, shoot on everybody and fucking really hurt people. It's like, you guys just make it look real. It's like, yeah, that's what we're supposed to do, right? Make it look real. It's like, yeah, well, you know, it's like, well, people out there really think that you guys are dangerous. I said, well, we're not, you know. Let's make a long story short. Like I said, it was a dog-eat-dog world. Like it was either kill or be killed at that point, because it was like nobody was letting you get out of the box. So we had to like scratch and claw and fight for everything that we had, you know. And sure as shit, man, it's like you would let us in any promotion, in any door, and either it was the Hit Squad or Homicide and Loki that was closing the show after a while. And the fucking guys who had that area were fucking pissed. They did not like that one bit. They were pissed off. They got super salty about it. They didn't like it. And, you know, we fucking took over. We fucking took over.
This is early 2000s?
99. Probably 99, 2000. Yeah. Then we met the Samoans. You know, we got the calling, you know, that maybe we should go up to Pennsylvania and meet the Samoans. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, you know, go meet the Samoans and see what's going on. Because we wrestled the New Moon Dogs on a show, and listen, you guys need to come up and meet the Samoans, and you guys work just so much like them, and you guys are fitting good there. So we went and we met them. It was at a show called Sports Fest. It's just their marquee, their big show of the year. And we showed up at this huge place, right? It was right next to Action Park. And no, I'm not kidding you. It was the WrestleMania 9 setup. Literally.
And they just reused it?
It was Vince's WrestleMania 9 setup.
Wow.
Because he was in so tight with them, you know, they actually let him use the WrestleMania 9 setup. So I was like, holy shit. And I'm looking, and we're sitting like in these tents, because where they had us dressed was far away. We were doing a Battle Royal that night. And I look, and over here is Nikita Koloff. I'm like, holy shit, that's fucking Nikita. You know, so Nikita comes over and he says hello to us, and it's, no, my name is Nikita. And you know, he's explaining to us, you know, many people hate me because, but little do they know I'm an ordained minister from Minnesota. Me and Loki looked at each other like, are you fucking kidding me? Did he just do that? I said, wait, you speak English? I was like, yeah. I was like, and that story never gets old with me, man. But then we met the Samoans, and they saw us work, and they loved us, man. Samu and Alpha Senior loved us. And Lance was like this big, getting yelled at, you know, by his dad. Alpha Jr. was very, very young, very skinny, very young boy, you know, very, very green, very young. But you could tell the guy was an athlete, man. And it's funny because I mentioned those two guys in particular because I've seen them grow up into animals. You know, they're grown men now.
Speaking of, you just lost to Lance.
Right.
Just at Crossroads.
Right.
Got screwed by TJ.
Yeah. It's a hell of a match, man. Whenever I'm in the ring with any of the Samoans, it's like such a great time because I'm going back to my childhood. And I love to work them. And they love to be in the ring with me as well. Nothing but respect and love.
You guys have kept the relationship this long?
Oh,
Always
yeah.
talking?
Always. Nothing but love and admiration from the entire Samoan family. All the way down to Rikishi's kids, the Usos. There's just so much love and so much respect, in that family. And for them to welcome you in and call you Us and give you a kiss and a hug on the cheek. And a hug and a kiss on the cheek is just, that's like their ultimate sign of respect. And they don't do that with everyone. But, they call us family and we call them family. And it's been a relationship for over 20 years with them. A lot of respect there. Yeah. And, we met them and Alpha Senior and Samu really took a liking to us and really, showed us how to slow down and make things mean more and, all that stuff. And, I just recently, I just had a conversation with Sika over the summer. And he was telling me, he's like, you have that badass motherfucker look on your face from the second you walk out the curtain. He said, I love it. He said, I tell my son that shit all the time. He looks like a bad motherfucker. And you have that. It's like it doesn't get any better than that. That was my favorite tag team growing up, was the Samoans. And it was like, and then the Samoan head string, the SST, and the Samoan SWAT team, and all. It's just, I was just such a fan of them, And I remember, and I tell Sam, I said, Sam, I remember when you didn't even have a name, you were just Samoan number 3, and then they started calling you Samula out of nowhere. He was like, yeah. It's like, you used to take the most awesome back body drop, and you were always bumping. You were taking. He says, yeah, the motherfuckers, they made me take all the bumps. Because I was the young ones, and I was taking all the fucking bumps.
That was when he was tagging with Rikishi and...
No, that's when he was teaming with his father and his uncle Sika.
Okay.
With Alpha and Sika. And they were still managed by Captain Lou, and they were still doing stuff, like in the Spectrum and in Allentown. And those were just good times, man. They were good times. And that's basically how everything started for me. And then I ran into great people like Ricky O, who helped me a great deal. But still, I was still young, man. Even though I got my run, I was very young. Like, I didn't see enough. And then, make a long story short, I met Rob Feinstein, and he started Ring of Honor. And, we were like a mainstay in Ring of Honor. We were there from the beginning, and those are some of the most awesome times. And being a part of that, talk about a hungry locker room, man.
Who were some of the people that you were rubbing elbows with in that locker room?
Well, it wasn't like we were rubbing elbows with anyone because we were the best of the best. Everybody, if you were in that locker room, you were fucking badass, And like the first show, like, okay, Super Crazy versus Eddie Guerrero, like it was watching them work was like, whoa. But like we're in a locker room, it was me, Key, Homicide, it was the Hit Squad, it was Christopher Daniels, it was Donovan Morgan from Japan, it was Daniel Bryan. He was called the American Dragon. It was Spanky. He's
Rockstar Spud.
Yeah, but what do they call him?
Oh no, Brian Kendrick.
Brian Kendrick. It was the boys from Texas. It was Michael Shane and Paul London and Hot Stuff Hernandez and all of these guys, man. It was like everybody was badass in their own way. Jody Fleisch from England and all of these guys. It was like a who's who, man. Every locker room was ridiculous. The talent in that locker room was ridiculous. And unfortunately, the Hit Squad thing, kind of ran cold over there, and you know, certain things were happening, and everybody, all the promoters were really, they were pushing for the breakups just because you guys haven't really reached. You guys have reached as hard as you're gonna go. You know, you guys have done everything. Now it's time to, you know, let's explore it and let's see what's going on. So, you know, Ring of Honor kind of wanted to put they wanted to strap the rocket on me and go. You know, so we did the split, and Gabe wanted to. He was hot on me and Joe, so we started dropping the angle with me and Joe, and I was the first guy to pin Joe in his title run. I pinned him in a 6-man tag. I think it was in Massachusetts. It was a flash pin. I pinned him, and it's like, holy shit, you know, the champ got pinned. It was like, boom, now we're gonna build up for the big match in Philly, and my father passed away the night before, and you know, I did the match, but man, it was hard to do. It's like I wasn't there. It was like the match was hard to do, but it was just one of those moments, you know, where the crowd was. It was insane. It was so hot that night. It was everything was right, you know. But you know, the crowd was with me. The crowd knew what had happened already. I guess that's when word had just got, you know, because it was still like social media isn't what it is today, you know. So it was just like the dirt sheets. So everybody found things out on the dirt sheets, and that's how it got out.
You got a lot of support from the fans, though?
Oh, my God. When I got there, it was just, you know, because Ring of Honor fans, they would get there super early. So as we're getting there, they're like, they were already going nuts outside. And,
Reminded you of you?
Yeah. You know, and then, you know, one thing led to another. And, you know, like I said, you're young and stupid. You make, you know, mistakes and you do bonehead shit. You know, and I think that I wasn't ready at that time for the push that Ring of Honor was giving me. And I've said this to Gabe Sapolsky before. I said I wasn't ready mentally for the responsibility and the pressure and was now that I welcome that. Now I'm so, not that I'm the guy anywhere, but I'm used to closing shows out, and I'm used to the pressure being on me, and I'm used to, like, you got to grow into that stuff. I don't think you can be just thrown into that. Listen, there's certain guys that are special, man. You just throw in a bad situation or just a situation where, hey, you're the guy now. You were a mid-card yesterday, today you're the guy. And you got to be ready for that. That's how this business is. One guy goes down, the next guy got to step up. It's like on a football field. One guy goes down, you got to be ready to go in. We have no choice. We have no time to talk about you to back up or whatever. You got to shut that guy down or, you know, hold that corner of the field or, you know, you got to hold your position. You know, you just got to do it.
You think you were just too inexperienced at the time, or was
Definitely.
it more of a, like, ego kind of thing?
No, it wasn't ego at all. I think it was just I wasn't ready because when you'd get to the building, Gabe would meet you. It's okay, this is you, this is you, and this is you. And one of them was your match. The other one was the 7 promos you had to cut. And it's like, and I still have a match to remember. Holy shit. So it's like, you got to cut these promos. You got to be, and it's like, the camera is right there and Gabe is right there. Like, your boss is right there. And you have to, like, cut the promo the way he wants it cut. Because he knows what he wants. He knows what he wants to deliver. And so, you know, it's like that, and you got to deliver, and you got to, you know, do all. It's just, it wasn't fun for me. It was like, I was thinking more than anything. And that, I don't like to be that. I like to be fun. I like to be loose. If I'm going to cut a promo, hey, Maff, we need a promo on this. No, just give me a minute. and let me get mentally into the fucking groove. All right, let's go. You know, and I'm there. But like I said, you know, I've been through so much and I've overcome so much, I believe. Even when I came back, when I took a long time off and I came back, I didn't figure the business out yet. I figured it out, I think, while I was gone. And I was watching Ric Flair. All I did every day was watch Ric Flair matches every single day. Because I was fascinated with one question. How in the fuck did this guy do these loops of 30, 40, 50, 60 days in a row and do like every night? He's doing Broadways. He's doing double count outs. He's doing time limit draws, 1 hour draws every single night. How the fuck does he do this? So I went back and I'm watching and I'm like, okay, I enjoyed the match. I said, okay, now let me process everything that's going on. And I'm watching it. And I just, first 10, 15 minutes, it's like you're dissecting it, and I'm watching it, and I'm studying it, and I'm watching it, and I'm studying it. And I'm watching him move, I'm watching him work, I'm watching him talk, I'm watching him take a powder, I'm watching how he breathes, I'm watching all these things. And I think that really helped me figure it out. And that aspect, I said, okay, I had that figured out. So then when I came back to JAP, Frank right away, he was hot on the angle, me and DeMonto, and we ran with that, and I absolutely killed it. I said, I'm going to know my first minute whether I'm ready to come back or I'm just one and done. First 30 seconds of the match, DeMonto wanted to do this table spot. He puts me on a table and he does this thing over the top. The tables in the chair break up. The tables in the legs on the table break up, and they catch me in the back of the head. And I had a gash in my head, pouring blood out of my head, and I'm saying, "What the fuck?" I'm just seeing the blood pour like down my shoulder. I'm like, yeah, I like this shit. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah. So DeMonto, you know, God bless his soul, man. He said to me, he says, "You're fucked, dude. You're bleeding bad." I say, "Yep, I know." He says, "Let's take it home." I said, "Nope, let's fucking go." He said, "Are you sure?" He said, "I'm right here, brother." And I fucking went in there, man. We rocked and rolled for like fucking 20 minutes. And it was fucking awesome, dude. Like, that crowd, it was in Bayonne. That crowd was hot. And like, I came to the back. I said, "I'm back, bro."
This was October 2005?
You're probably better than I do, man.
You got hit in the fucking head that day.
Yeah, it's like,
I remember.
I was like, I'm fucking. No, it was later than that. It was a lot later than that. It was probably like 2010, 2008.
Okay.
It was later than that. And I said, I'm fucking back. You know, and then I met Mike Morgan, which is his father and my father were friends from the business. And Morgan told me who he was. And I was like, oh, shit. So I hooked up with Mike Morgan, and I learned the whole other side of the business with Mike Morgan. He brought me in, and Ace at the time was in Union City. I don't know if you guys ever went to an Ace show or whatever.
Film for Ace.
It was fucking incredible. I met Mo Sexton there. I met a lot of guys there, and I kind of got to see the business from a different light, where Mike said, okay, you're going to be my guy, but there's more to entail than just being the champ and having good matches. So he kind of gave me, he kind of made me own a responsibility to that title, and that's where I understood where having the title was a responsibility to the locker room and to the company in general. And we literally, and I bullshit you not, we took Ace from about maybe 15 to 20 fans to a sold-out building in Union City. And man, I was on the heels and strength of hard work and getting the right guys in there, and you know, getting the green guys to work with the right veterans, and you know, I met Stockade there, and I met all these different people there, and we were off to the races, and it was like, okay, this is how you build it. All right, this is how you build it, man. You know, and you know, I ran with that. I had a great run at Ace, man. Legend. The fucking run I had at Ace was unbelievable. He made me like a cornerstone of his whole thing, and I was the evil fucking guy, and Mo Sexton was the big baby face, and man, those matches were legendary, dude. And you know, and I was still like working with the Samoans, you know, and still working with JAP, and you know, Jack Sabbath and all these people, but I really never had, you know, I had a pretty good run, you know, I was hot, you know, I was busy, I was staying busy, and then, you know, I was told by Danny DeMonto that PWS, the owner of PWS, had seen my match with Jay Lethal, and he wanted me in the worst way. So okay. So, you know, I went, you know, I contacted PWS, and, you know, it was great, you know, but I was just an add-on, you know, I wasn't part of PWS. And then Pat Buck came along, and I'm just fast-forwarding here. I'm just, if I'm talking too much, I'm gonna shut up.
Absolutely not.
Pat Buck came along, and he came into the fold, and I remember how I met Pat. He gave me my envelope one show, and I was like, okay, cool. And then I worked Jerry Lynn that night, and I got knocked out. Jerry Lynn did a cannonball off the apron, and he landed on me, and his butt sat right on my head, and my head hit the ground. But I finished the match. And Pat actually contacted me, I think that Monday. He said, hey man, I just want to say how you're doing, whatever. He said, I said, okay, that's cool. I said, who are you? He said, I'm the guy who paid you. I said, oh, okay. He said, I'm part owner now of PWS. I said, oh shit. I said, okay, I'm sorry. You know, I totally didn't mean to sound like a dick, you know. I really didn't know, you know. He said, no, that's cool. You know, if anybody knows Pat, he's very quiet. He's not too much. He doesn't go into conversation with a lot of people. You know, you gotta engage him, and you better come interesting, because if not, you know, he's just gonna look at you like, all right. So, make a long story short, man, I was in his wedding, and he's a great guy. I for a year, man, me and him had a killer program. Some of my most favorite matches in my career, and but going back, PWS and, you know, they split. So Pat went his way and PWS went their way, and, you know, Pat asked me, he says, hey, you know, there's gonna be a split, you know, blah blah blah. I need to know, like, are you okay with that? Are you cool? Listen, no matter what it is, so I'm with you, man. Whatever you want to do, I'm with you all the way. I'm your guy, man. So he was like, cool. And, you know, a couple other guys were on board, and we go off to the races. We call it WrestlePro, you know, and, dude, I was telling you, like, my favorite time in my career and my best work has been late PWS, complete WrestlePro era. Like, I just feel like my work has been so awesome there, And the one match that turned everything around, and I've always said this, was my match in Belleville versus Devin Moore. Just everything clicked. We were on first on this killer show, and we fucking tore the fans up, man. We gave them a hell of a fucking match. And I walked to the back, and Kevin said, "What the fuck, Muff?" He says, "Do you know how to do anything easy?" He says, "You're the Benjamin Button of wrestling." He says, "You're getting younger as you go." It's like, that was incredible. So, they made me their guy, and, they strapped the rockets onto me, and I was off to the races, and I had a run with PWS, but my run with WrestlePro was incredible. And like I said, you're only as good as the other guy in the ring, but you're also only as good as the people who put you in position to look well, and I owe that to, Pat Buck, of course, and Kevin Matthews. They write everything, they make all the angles, all the storylines, and they put us in the right positions to shine. And, Pat really doesn't get enough credit for that, neither does Kevin. But, the things that they've done with a lot of the guys there, and a lot of the guys that we've had come in and train them from scratch, look at them now, that's probably that's one of my favorite things to do is to coach and to teach the younger guys.
Who have been some of your favorite guys to train that you've seen grown?
So many, man. Casey Navarro. It's just the one that comes right off the top of my head. Team España. I saw those guys when they first walked in the door, and to what they are now. Who else? Bobby Wayward. Just incredible guys. Beefcake. These guys, it's like they remind me of me a little bit. You just give them a little bit and they just go. Bobby Wayward is such a freaking natural. Yeah. Anthony Bowens, he was there before me, but he started before I got there, before I became part of the school. And Anthony Bowens is just so special, man. That's one of those people that it's like you see one of those guys come around like every 20 or 25 years. He's got the build, he's got the look, he's got the education, he's smart, and he's just got all the tools, man. He's just the complete package. He's got all the tools. Matt McIntosh, another guy. He's got all the tools, man. It's just complete badass in the ring, but one of my favorite people to work. I have a list of people who I believe are my favorite guys to work, and he's on that list.
Who else is on that list?
Oh, there's Matt McIntosh. There's Bobby Wayward. My favorite guys to work, the Samoans, Alpha Jr. and Lance, Jay Lethal, Mo Sexton, and Mario Bokra. Probably one of my toughest opponents ever in my career. Brings out the best in me every single time is Mario. Guy's a complete animal in the ring. You're gonna get in a ring. If you're in a ring with him, number one, you better come to work. And number two, you better come with an appetite, for violence and destruction, because he's gonna be physical. He's gonna work tight. He's gonna work physical, and his just level of professionalism he just demands like the very best out of you, and that's what you're gonna give him every single time. Kevin Matthews, another one, so easy to work with, but he's just so big and so agile. There's nothing he can't do. I love working with Fowler. It's just so physical. He's such a teddy bear, but he blames me for bringing out the nastier side of him. Which I guess that's a compliment.
I'm pretty sure Anthony Bowens has said that before. How you're the one who taught him how to work angry.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer. You guys watching, right? and you, right? You watch and you're like, all right, here comes this fucking guy, he's slapping hands. Yeah, all right, yeah, okay. But then he gets in the ring, and now he wants to turn it on and be a badass. No, man. Like, you gotta fucking be a badass. You gotta really believe that you are a fucking badass. You know, you gotta walk out there and you gotta put up or shut up, man. You know, and certain guys can turn it on, certain guys can't. Like, Booker T told me once, he's like, man, he says, when you're a heel, you gotta at least, you know, walk close to the people, let them touch you. And when you think the time is right, just snap away from one of them. You know, it's like things like that. You know, you never saw Stone Cold slap anybody's hand. You never saw The Rock, you know, slap anybody's hand. You know, occasionally he'll go give his mother a kiss or his wife, you know, but he won't slap hands with anybody. The Rock is The Rock all the time, man. Stone Cold was Stone Cold all the time. You know, Jake the Snake, he had one entrance. He never went around and did all this, man. He had the same entrance, whether he was a heel or a babyface. You know, Morocco, man, same entrance all the time. You know, so probably the only babyface that I really, really, really ever got into. Two of them. It's probably Dusty. And Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant. I loved like his charisma and like his swag and like he didn't give a fuck. He just heard music all the time.
Early Dusty or WWF Dusty?
I wasn't into WWF Dusty. You know, but I respected it because I knew everything that he did. And I knew enough to say, well, all right, he's really not a polka dot guy. He's really not like with Sapphire and stuff like that. This guy was down with Baby Doll and he was fucking up Horseman, dude. Like, he's not a polka dot guy. You know, and you know, I loved, you know, Dusty's pizzazz, like his rap, man. He had such an awesome rap, and he could talk with anybody. You know, and Boogie Woogie, man, he would move you, man. Like, I was just into everything he did. He was fucking awesome. And I keep telling guys, man, like telling guys now, if you want to watch, if you want to know what fire is, man, you go back and watch Dusty. You know, you go back and watch Dusty and Dusty and Flair at the 40-minute mark, and you show me fire. I'll show you fire right there. You know, that motherfucker, he was into it at that 45-minute mark. You know, and you watch, you know, you watch Jimmy Valiant go to the ring. You know, as a baby face, like that's what it's all about. You know, you got to go back to the beginning to understand anything that's going on now. You know, I mean, NXT has incredible stuff going on right now. I think they outshine the roster, you know, a lot. But you also have to see the formula. They just did their last what was it? Takeover. Which one?
War Games.
Right. They did the War Games. What, they had 5 matches?
Yeah.
5 or 6 matches.
Fucking great matches.
And every match had like 20, 30 minutes. Like, I'm all about that, man. I'm all about, when I'm working, I'm all about the slow burn. Like, if I go work and you give me 6 minutes, I'm like, what am I going to do with 6 minutes? How can I do 6 minutes? You know, I'm all about the slow burn. I'm all about the story, the roller coaster ride, man. Let's give these fans something to watch. Let's give these fans something to remember.
Do you think that has to do with like our generation having no fucking attention span, basically?
You fucking millennials. No, man. I just think, you know, I just think the wrestling fan now has seen so much that they've almost become spoiled. And, you know, like, God bless ECW. ECW was the alternative to everything that was happening on TV. ECW was fucking hot during the Attitude Era. When the Attitude Era was unbelievable. Listen, I could say, the Attitude Era was sick. Yeah. They did some crazy shit. You know, then you had on the Superstation, then you had, you know, the NWO. You know, but ECW was still hot. You know, I was like, whoa, shit. But they were giving you everything that Turner Broadcast and WWE could not give you.
Crucifix.
You know, the first time I bumped into an ECW television was, I was just flipping through channels at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I see a guy pile driving a girl. I was like, oh, what the fuck is that? I was like, holy shit. I was like, wait a minute.
Rhino and Francine through the table?
No, I said, that's fucking Scotty Flamingo.
Raven.
That's fucking Flamingo. And then it was like, then I watched, and it's like, oh god, shit, that guy's Raven. He's actually a fucking badass over there. You know, and it's just so awesome, man. And I was like, when the fuck does this shit go on? And like, I didn't know anybody who was a wrestling fan, so it was hard for me to find it. I had to like figure it out. Like, when are these? And sometimes they wouldn't be on every weekend. Sometimes they wouldn't be on, and sometimes they were on. So, you know, like, that was cool. Like I said, I'm late to the whole internet thing and everything else. So, I didn't start to see everything until like I found our video and Smart Mark Video. I was like, holy shit! All of this is actually on VHS. And then they went to DVD and they fucked me up with the DVD. Now they have fucking YouTube, which is awesome, and the network, which is fucking great. Because you can just go back and watch anything you want. But I guess I said the wrestling fan now, you know, it's just a lot of the times the guys get carried away with just giving nonstop action. You have to remember that there's actually a story that needs to be told, and there's announcers that have to talk about what you're doing in the ring. You know, and the announcer can't keep up with what the hell's going on in that ring. But, you know, they have it all figured out. You know, there's guys like Ricochet now, and like I said, all the shit that they're doing in NXT, it's on another level. And the stuff, you know, in Japan, you know, that Kenny's doing over in Japan, and the Bucks and all that stuff, you know, it's unbelievable. You know, you got to have special people in the right place, you know, to carry flags like that, like they are. They're unbelievable people.
Did you ever look back at the...
And Cody, yeah, I want to work you, motherfucker. You're on my list, Cody. If you're watching, or if anybody, we'll shout Cody Rhodes.
We'll tag him in this.
Yeah. I love Cody. But I want some of that ass.
Was there ever a point, looking back, when you were at the beginning of Ring of Honor, you were one of the mainstays in Ring of Honor, watching other guys that you were there with that helped build that brand? Was there ever a time looking back that you were mad or upset or frustrated that you didn't get to where they got?
No. I was surprised, like, you know, that certain guys, you know, like anything, you know, like, oh, wow. I was like, oh, my God, this guy's getting on. I was like, that's fucking awesome. But, you know, like, it's a brotherhood, man, you know. It really is. It's a brotherhood, and you guys are in it together. You know, we really are in it together. And, like, wrestling is a brotherhood, and you guys respect each other. You guys know the grind. You know, we know the grind. We know what it takes, you know, to get to all these places and to get your due and to get all that, you know. One guy that particularly, like, made me so happy, like, was AJ. Like, when he landed that deal with, it wasn't even Impact. What was it called?
TNA?
Yeah, with TNA. I was like, man, that's awesome, bro. And then Christopher Daniels followed, and then this one followed, and that one followed. And then Punk got his due. You know, and then, you know, Daniel Bryan got his due, and he starts, it's like, man, it's like, that's fucking awesome, that's cool. You know, but then I asked myself, what if, you know, but, you know, like I said, but I was young and stupid, and I always said, to Kurt Hawkins and Pat Buck. I said, man, I've never even been in the WWE catering, you know. And lo and behold, man, God bless those guys. They got me a couple of opportunities to work extras, you know, like extra work with the WWE and Raw and SmackDown and stuff. And it was a real cool experience. And I think what was even cooler was to get there. And how do I say this? Sometimes you forget. Like, you forget, like, that you're just, hey, I'm just Danny, you know, I wake up every day, I go to work, you know, do my thing, I go to the gym, you know, I gotta train these kids, I gotta coach these kids, I gotta have my bookings on the weekends. But sometimes you forget, you know. Then you go there, and you walk in, and, like, Mick Foley sees you, and he says, Dan, holy shit, you're here. You know, and he comes over and gives you a big old hug, you know, and you have, like, Jimmy Jacobs, you know, walk over. And, like, at the time, he was, like, one of the head writers. He's, like, walking over and, you know, and, like, saying hello and sitting with me and talking. And you see all these guys, they don't forget, you know, and they come over, you know, Cesaro what's his name, man? Brody Lee. Luke Harper.
Yeah. Oh, crap.
You know, Luke Harper and Mickey James and all these people just walking over. AJ, you know, walking over to say hello. People you don't even know coming over and saying hello. Like, oh, Maff, bro, it's nice to meet you, man. Thank you for everything you've done and all this stuff. It's like, wow, you know, such a humbling experience, like at that level. Like, they know me, you know. And even going to TNA at Impact a few months ago and sitting in one of their pay-per-views. And a lot of people in the office like came over and said hello. I'm going to introduce themselves. And like, come on, Danny, we know who you are. You know, I mean that's cool. You know, it's like, man, it's like everything I'm doing is not for nothing. You know, at least they know. You know, I feel like, hey, what I'm doing now, I'm a firm believer in everything happens to you for a reason. And I learned this the hard way. I had a flat tire once, and I was so fucking hot about it. And I'm on the phone, I'm calling my wife, and I'm fucking waiting here for AAA. This sucks. I'm gonna be late. She said the coolest thing to me that I'll never ever forget, man. She said, you know, honey, you have a flat tire for a reason. Something made you get that flat tire, avoiding something else. There's something that was gonna happen to you that was bad, and you got this flat tire. It happened for a reason. So I was like, okay, you're right. You know, it always takes a woman sometimes just
Get you off the cliff.
yeah, to just knock you down, you know, just bring you back down to reality. You know, I'm a firm believer in that, man. Ever since she said that, you know, everything that's happened to me has happened for a reason, and I'm where I am right now for a reason. You know, like I was supposed to be here. I was supposed to be reaching out to these kids at WrestlePro and helping the younger kids and building a better tomorrow in the business. You know, not that I'm going to be responsible for these kids getting to Mania, but just teaching them the fundamentals and the basics for them to have the tools to go to somewhere else and look presentable at an NXT tryout or a New Japan Dojo tryout or an Impact TV taping or something. Sometimes some of the guys say, some of the kids tell me, oh man, Maff, you have all the answers. No, yeah, you know, I got all the answers. You know what? I made all the mistakes. So when I talk to you, you know, I'm living proof. Like, I'm not bullshitting you. Like, can really happen. if you do this and if you don't have your head screwed on right, or if you walk in that door into your booking with your head up your ass, this is what's going to happen. Eventually, this is going to happen to you. This, and this, and this. You know, and I don't know, man, but I feel like I have a certain connect with the kids and the boys in the locker room, you know, and I feel I've welcomed it. Like, I feel comfortable talking to them, and I feel comfortable sharing my story with them, and I feel comfortable, you know, talking to them and just sharing like the good parts and the bad parts of the business, and that's what I love to do. And I feel like this is what I feel like everything that's happened. I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be in Pat Buck's wedding. I'm supposed to, like, you know, become close friends with all these people. I'm supposed to be close friends with Shawn Donavan. I'm supposed to, you know, like, I have a godson, you know, to wrestling. You know, I'm supposed to be, you know, Craig Steele's son's godfather. You know, and it's. We were just at his first birthday yesterday, and we were sitting at the table. And it's myself, it's my wife, it's Justin, one of the Heavenly Bodies, and you know, the Heavenly Bodies are there with their significant others, and you know, Craig's walking around and puts the baby on my lap, you know, and Kevin says, "So, how's it feel to be a godfather, Maff?" And I'm like, "It's pretty cool." He's like, "It's amazing, man. All of this has happened because of wrestling. We're all here right now because of wrestling. Like, we're all a family. You know, and it's true, we are families. All of our wives know each other. Our kids play together. You know, Kevin will come over and fart and burp and eat up a storm, sit. I'm like, you know, fall asleep. I'm like, whatever. You know, but it's like we're all a family. You know, and I think that's the most important thing. You know, that through it all, through all the stresses and all the high levels of stress during a show and building a show and getting there, and sometimes you gotta yell at people, sometimes you gotta be blunt with people, but it's all, at the end of the day, you know, it's still a family, and that's like the golden lining to the story. You know, is I really love the guys who I'm around. And I can say that, like, honestly, at this point in my career, like, I am surrounded by good people. I have awesome friends, guys who I consider my brothers, you know, and I have my brothers and sisters, and I love them dearly. I love them to death. I love all of you, every single one of you.
You want to name all 5,000 of them?
There's a lot of them. You know, but like I said, you know, my wrestling family, you know, those are my brothers, you know, and sisters, and they know it. They know who they are, and you know, I think that's something that people don't realize, you know, how close we all really are. You know, we're out there, we're all working as one, we're all pulling in the same direction. You know, we may all fuck with each other a little bit, but it's all good.
We got to hear a pretty great story a couple weeks ago about Chipsy.
Dipsy or
Dipsy.
Chipsy. Well, now
We
Chipsy.
call him Chipsy now.
Oh, it's not the tooth. The tooth, right?
Yeah. Can we hear your version of this story?
Dips, you're gonna get mad at me. This is something you do not take out of this fucking thing. You know, dear good friends, okay? It's a group of guys, man, that we just call ourselves dear good friends. You know, for one reason or the other, it was like Justin Carino's thing and Dipsy, and we just ran with it. Whatever. We're on the road, and Dipsy is fucking notorious for this fucking thing right here. To just be on it, and he looks like he's on it, but he's really fucking recording you somehow. And then 3 days later, it's on fucking Instagram. You're like, motherfucker, how did you put that on there? He's sitting there. Or you're like sleeping or something, and he's the worst. He's a fucking nightmare, man. With that fucking phone. But, you know, he gets the best of everyone. So everybody is always gunning for him. So a couple months ago, we're on our way to Rhode Island, and we're in a car. And everybody's filming, you know. Dipsy's fucking walking like a fucking Thriller. Like the fucking guys in Thriller. He had a match the night before. He's fucking doing the wrestler fucking walk. And so we're going up the fucking stairs, and I push him. Because I knew the cameras were rolling, so I just fucking pushed him. Just to see how funny it would look. It would look pretty funny on camera. And then he's like pissing. He's taking a piss. And he's sitting there, he's talking. He's just annoying everybody. So I just reached around and I punched him in the ass while he was pissing. And so we're pissing again a few weeks ago in the same bathroom in Rhode Island. And I went over to Fowler, and he was pissing, and I started shaking his hips. He's like, "Oh my God, it's going everywhere! Stop, please, stop!" So then we're laughing. So if anybody knows fucking Fowler, if anybody knows Fowler, you know that he's like the modern day Andre. You cannot get a one-up on that motherfucker because he will want to get even. And if he doesn't fucking if he respects you enough to not get even, he's going to fucking get whoever was laughing the hardest. So we're washing our hands. He's like, "You're lucky I didn't get any piss up my jacket, you fuck." So I'm fucking laughing. He's like, "But I love you." I said, "You know I love you, Franny." He goes, "Yeah, but that fucking dipshit was laughing real hard." So I'm like the elder statesman of the Damn Good Friends. So they don't fuck with me too hard. They'll fuck with me every now and then because nobody is exempt from being fucked with. They'll fuck with me, but they won't fuck with me like real bad. Because I'm like the old guy, so they kind of take care of me, you know. But fucking Dips is fucking pissing again. He's pissing. He's talking shit. So Fowler decides for some fucking strange reason, I don't know what got over him. I don't know what happened. He had like a weird, crazy panda moment. I don't know what happened. And he just decided to fucking give Dipsy a splash as he was taking a piss. So Dipsy's entire inner torso went inside the pisser. And his face hit that part that you fucking hit to go. His face hit that. And he went, "Oh!" So he falls down. He's overselling it. So fucking state trooper comes by. He says, "Is he okay?" I saw he was off duty. He's I'm off duty state trooper. Is that guy okay? I said, "Sir, he's fine. He's fine. He's a heroin addict." He's just super fatty.
No way.
Did you guys hear this?
No.
No, he left it out.
He said he was passed out for a little while.
told you?
Dipsy.
I'm giving you the real fucking reason. So Dipsy's laying on the fucking ground. He's like, "My fucking tooth, my tooth." So he gets up and he kicks that gimmick that blows on your hands. And he fucking forearms the fucking wall. And the fucking guy's like, "Do you want me to get some help for this?" He's like, "We got it. You just got to get him his methadone. He's okay. He'll be okay once we get him to the car. He'll be fine. It's rough." Trooper said, "I know. I understand." So that's how we got out of that one.
That's fantastic.
I'm crying.
So Dipsy went and he got his fucking tooth fixed and he gave Franny the bill.
Did he have he still has his chip when he came to here, right?
Huh?
I think he's still in the chip.
He was trying to hide it the whole time.
No, yeah, he's got it fixed now.
Now, is he the only non-sponsored athlete in Dear Good Friends?
I believe so. Yeah. And it eats him up.
You guys are a tag team now, though, right?
Yeah, it's at the Slaughter, man.
Oh man, that's
It's a real
fantastic.
fucking deal.
That's a scary fucking team walking into any room.
Listen, man.
How did that culminate?
Samu and Lance reached out to me over the summer, and they told me that they had their family reunion show in Pennsylvania. I was like, hey man, we'd really like to, to run something, with you, and we like to close the show out with you. Who better to close the show out than something with you? They called me the Samoan Killer over there because I've just given the family such a headache the whole time that, and it's cool, it works. So I was like, all right, cool, man. What do you got in mind? He said, well, how about a tag team? I said, He said, okay. I fucking work out with the motherfucker every day. We're together every day. I said, hey, Dips. I said, how about we do WXW? He said, all right, sure. I said, who am I working? I said, I don't know. In the car ride up, I tell him, it's me and you versus Samoans tonight. He says, what? I said, yeah, we're closing the show out. He says, oh, shit. So, make a long story short, we worked the Samoans. We never teamed before. This match was so fucking insanely good. And the heat that we had. Afa and Sika got up from where they were sitting. They ended up at ringside, popping for everything. And we just tore the house down. And we came to the back, and we were both, we were legit a little emotional at how awesome that was. He was very emotional. He was like, I never felt that before. He was, that's incredible. He says, you're a fucking machine. You this was perfect. And I said, it's a long fucking ride back home. And we were just talking on the way back home. He was like, maybe we could do this. And I said, oh, we absolutely have something here. He said, but what are we gonna do? He says, you're so fucking busy. He says, we can't fucking team. I said, why not? I said, let's try it, dude. So, I put a couple wheels into motion, put a couple things here and there. I said, we got to take this on the road. We got to try, we got to tweak it and see what works, and then we got to get the name out there, and then we got to get people to book us, So we took it to Super Crazy Pro in Pennsylvania, and they loved it. Like, we were something different that locker room didn't have. So it really worked out well. And then, we took it to Warriors a few weeks ago. And again, like, we're just something different that the locker room of the company didn't have. And it just seems to work. We don't have bad matches. We haven't had a bad match. And everything just works and it clicks. And it just feels so right out there, man, that we just said, fuck it, let's run with it. Let's run with it. Let's make 2019, but we got to start at it now. And then 2019, but let's just go, full throttle and let's see what happens. Let's see how the fans respond and how the bookings come about. Because it's not easy, again. I'm like a staple. It's like Maff, Maff everywhere, Maff. It's kind of hard to tell someone, okay, now I'm going to try this. Oh, and I'm going to be a heel. It's like, but you're a fucking baby face. It's like, no, I'm going to be a heel. It's like, oh. So, we got to figure that out yet, but, we're starting to get some steam on it, and like, we have a logo, like, we're really going to build a brand to it, and I really feel confident in what we have. We just need the opportunities to come forth now. And I believe that once you see us anywhere, once any company, any promoter, anybody sees us work, it's a lock. Like, it's just, that's how confident I am in it. It's something that's so natural. It's something that's so easily, it's so easy for me to transition into. And it's so easy for him because he's a jerk off anyway. You know, it's so easy for him to just be that. And he feeds off of me and I feed off of him, and we're fucking bad people when we're together, you know? And like in the ring, it's fucking awesome. Like, I can't even begin to tell you like how awesome it feels. Like, you know, like I've had, you know, I've had BJ Whitmer as a tag team partner. I've had Steve Mack, of course, which, you know, I owe a lot of my career to. You know, he stood there with me when I was green, and he was told, all right, this is your guy. Take the kid. Let's go. You know, and, you know, I teamed with him, and we put together something real special that people still talk about today. And we brought it back. We had a good run, but like, you know, like everything else, you know, I think we just plateaued. We did everything we could do. I don't want to be a nostalgia act, you know, and I think that's how a lot of people were booking us, like a nostalgia act, you know. And that's not me, you know. I still feel like I have a lot to offer. That's my opinion. I don't know. You guys. That's my opinion. But
You were at the first show I ever went to, so it was only last year, so it's not like that fucking long ago. But like that match was fucking great. That was what got me into like.
Who was it?
It was a Magic last year. It was a match. You were with Fala, Smiley, and somebody else, and Smiley broke the fucking bottom rope out of all the people in the fucking match.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there like, all right, this dude's like 400 pounds. This dude's fucking massive. I forgot who the fuck the other guy was. But then Smiley is the smallest little dude, and he fucking breaks a rope. Like, how the fuck does that happen? But, and then the thing that I always remember the most was when we were at WrestlePro and you went against PCO, and like that fucking, the bricks. Like, I was like, holy fucking shit. Whoever hits these bricks, like, oh my God, that was brutal to watch. That was insane.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Oh, trust me, I'm the fucking mark of the group, man. Trust me.
Absolutely. We all kind of grew out of it. He's just getting into it.
I love every fucking second of it.
Well,
man.
you guys should envy that, because being a fan is a lot better than being in the business.
No, I enjoy being a fan.
I haven't been to a Pat Buck show that was bad in any form yet.
That's good, man.
His streak is still going. That shit's fucking awesome.
Thank you. So you missed the whole Pat Buck, Danny Maff thing.
Yep.
Dude, it's on YouTube, man.
I know. I gotta go back. I gotta watch a bunch of shit, man. I got a lot to catch up on.
That was
man.
some fucking serious shit.
I need to refresh myself, you know.
Yeah.
Speaking of first time, you were the first, or one of the first people that I saw as a fan back in the early 2000s, where you were on TV, in a magazine, saw you at a show, and then actually got to meet you, get an autograph. I think I signed 8x10 back in early 2000s, maybe 2002. No idea where the 8x10 is. It's in my collection somewhere. No idea where.
I'll give you another one.
Gotta get a new one. Yeah, I gotta update. So I wanted to ask, like, how did the Strong Style brand thing happen?
Strong Style brand thing started in Rhode Island, of course. You know, working for What Wrestling and working with Beyond and stuff like that. You know, you just get familiar with those guys. Like I said, you really don't know who you are sometimes, and other people, you know, like we went to Rhode Island, and it was like, oh my God, these people are not gonna know who we are. We're gonna be like two old guys. We're gonna be over like wet farts in church. When we fucking got there, holy fucking shit, they were fucking ready, bro. Like that was like, I was taken back. I was like, holy fuck, what the fuck is this? I've never been here before. This is fucking awesome, and it's just like, you know, the fans hold the keys to everything, man. Like, you know, if you're over, you're over. You know, if you're not over, you're not over. But once you get over, you're over. You know, and yeah, I guess we're over. You know, and to win those fans over in Rhode Island, that's a tough market, dude. And because you know, they respect the business and they're not dumb. They're not stupid. They're very smart. And you better come correct or they will fucking eat you up quick. And, you know, I love the Rhode Island market. And I love those fans. And those fans have done so much for my confidence and so much for me. And it's just such a joy for me to go out there and perform in front of them because they just show you so much love when you're in there. And, you know, I guess Strong Style saw that, and, you know, they brought me into the family. And sorry, Dips. So, yeah, I had the whole Strong Style thing here. I got the new Wrestle Pro hoodie.
Buy them in the next show.
Right? Wrestle Pro online. Get yours now.
They're a fucking fantastic. I wear mine probably every week.
And I also have my Motivate Me apparel shirt from my Motivate Me apparel. You can also find Danny Maff merchandise on Motivate Me apparel. I'm sorry for the plug.
Oh no, you can plug all the fuck you want.
I know Dipsy's probably screaming right now, like if he hears this. But
One day. Especially.
Chipsy.
How do you feel about? This is how I wanted to word it. A lot of wrestlers nowadays don't really do promos. Don't go out of their way to promote the companies they're gonna be at. Don't go out of their way to like put it on social media. Don't go out of the way to do promos, like videos. Like they don't go out of the way to do that. How do you feel about that?
Well, some guys overdo it.
Overdo it.
Some guys just don't do it at all. Some guys don't do it enough. Like I said, I'm a guy, like, I'm not a social media guy, so I just try to repost and post things as much as I can because I know that that's the law of the land. That's the way the business, you have to change with the business. And I know that, you know, social media networks is a strong means of promoting now. And it's a good vice. It's a good tool to have for wrestling now in general. It's probably a lot cheaper than like running off 10,000 flyers and having 400 people show up at the show. You know, so I said it's very essential. It's important, you know, to plug wherever you're gonna be, plug whatever show you're gonna be at. You know, let people know where you are. Let people know what's going on, what's current. Let your fan following and your fan base know where you're gonna be. And as far as the promos go, listen, it's plain and simple, man. You know, you could just be the silent majority. You know, you could be the silent worker who doesn't cut a promo and just listen. You're Joe Schmo. You're from, you know, Cherry Hill, New Jersey, and here he comes down there, you know, and nobody knows who the fuck you are. Or you can be the guy, you know, who has the cool vignettes and who's constantly cutting promos and constantly makes things interesting and gives these fans something to watch and something to cheer. And they connect with the people who are paying their hard-earned money to buy a ticket. You know, you got to connect with them. There has to be a connection. Either a connection of love, admiration, respect, or hate. There has to be some kind of a connection. You just can't go out there and be fucking vanilla because that doesn't cut it. Because if you're vanilla, you won't be around for too long. You got to bring something to the table.
Do you feel like more people need to like live the gimmick? Do you live by that?
No, because I do a pretty good job of separating who I am when I walk through the curtain and who I am when I go home. You know, you have to find a comfort zone, and you have to draw a fine line as to how you carry yourself in your everyday life when you go to work, or when you're home, or when you're dealing with your neighbors and your community, than when you lace up your boots, you know, and walk down the aisle. I'm sure Stone Cold didn't get pulled over by the cops, and he flips them over, and he flips them the bird when he gets pulled over and stuff. And I'm sure, you know, like The Rock wouldn't, you know, do the people's eyebrow like when a bill came, you know, and like just threw it away. You know what I mean? Like, you have to have a fine line. You gotta remember who you are. You gotta know who you are. And I think a lot of wrestlers get in trouble when they start living the gimmick because then they get carried away. And I've seen a couple instances where guys get lost, whether it's you know, due to drugs, alcohol, or just their personal lives at home. You know, they get lost. They lose their own identity. You know, and that's not good. You have to have a delicate balance between everything.
Do you feel like wrestlers should have like their own personal social media and then separate like the business side? Because sometimes it's like, in terms of like kayfabe, if I'm watching someone who's like this fucking dickhead in the ring, and then I see them outside and they're like, oh my God, I love this little cat. I love these little kids. And it's like, oh, you're not that bad of a guy, you know? Like, should they separate these two things?
I guess that's up to the individual. I mean, we're all real people, right? You know, we're all good Samaritans. You know, very few of us are pieces of shit on the camera and off the camera. You know, like, you know, there's only one Shawn Donavan in a lifetime, you know, where he's a piece of shit in front of the camera. He's a piece of shit, you know, in real life too. Nah, I'm just kidding. I love that guy. I love him to death.
Kidding part.
I love him to death. But you know, he's a great guy. But like I said, you know, it's up to the individual, I guess. You know, if you're a heel, man, and you have good heat and you want to keep your heat, then just fucking be a heel 24/7 and have your own, you know, family page or a page where you interact with your family or very close friends, you know, and have the other one for, you know, for fans and social media. You know, I don't. I just have one. I am who I am, you know, and I think the fans are smart enough to know that I'm not the badass all day, every day, you know. Like, I don't walk around with a cinder blocks and a steel chair, you know what I mean? You know, but I just don't like walk around and chop people at the candy store and stuff like that.
Though that would be a fucking
You know,
great
like I have kids, you know. I love my children, you know. I have a normal life like everybody else. I love to eat. I love football. I hate the Giants. You know, it's just, I love like boxing. I love football. I love baseball. Basketball, I'm not really into anymore. I didn't even watch the finals last year.
Nah, me neither. It's trash.
Yeah.
How would you feel about your kids wrestling? You turn into your dad now, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. My daughter Danielle, she's the little one. She's gonna be the death of me. I just know it. She's got so much fucking charisma. She's not afraid of the camera. She's not afraid of the crowd. She's not afraid of people. She's not shy. I'm like, oh my God. You know, I'm gonna try to, but I can't do it too much because that'll just
Make her want to.
yeah. So it's, you know, it's, I have to listen. School's first. School's important. You know, I have a feeling that's gonna be the one. I have a feeling there will be another Danny Maff. Her name is Danielle. I have a feeling there will be another Danny Maff in the future.
No, you be her manager when she comes out?
I would, you know, if she ever made up her mind about training, and she was serious about it, because some people take that first bump and they say, that's it, that's not me. I don't like this shit. That ring hurts. Some people just don't like it. Some people, it's like a thirst. I took the first bump, and I was like a vampire, you know, the taste of blood I needed more, you know. If she's like that, I'll know it, because I'll see the look in her eye, and I'll say like a couple Hail Marys, but, you know, I'll know it, you know. And if she ever does become, you know, fully vested and she wants to train, I would love to train her. I would. That would be like another, I think, aspect of my career that I would love. And that would be, as hard as it would be, I would need help. Because there's certain things that I can't show her, you know, or a wrestler. You know, I like to say, well, you know, I like to get guys after like Pat and Mario teach them the basics, the headlock, the walking back and forth, this and that. All right, get them started. Now,
The molding.
bring them over. You know, bring them over. You know, and I think that's the cool thing that we have right now at WrestlePro. Like, we know, like, hey man, there's like, you know, like Bobby and Pat and Mo. Pat's really, he oversees everything, but like Mo and Bobby and them, you know, they teach them how to crawl first. You know, they teach them the basic essentials, and then they send them over. All right, now I'm gonna go hand you over to Maff, and they're like, but then they get to know me, and it's like, oh, this is great, you know. But that's what I love to do. I love to teach. You ask any one of the students at WrestlePro, and they'll tell you, like, hands down, like Maff's fucking awesome to learn with. Because I'll just sit there, like, I'll break it down, and I'm tough, but I'm fair. You know, and I'm honest. Sometimes brutally honest, but I'm fair. And I'm very understanding, and I'll let you know when you screwed up. I'll also let you know when you do well. You know, like these job security kids, it's amazing to see. But then when these kids started, they were messes. And now, like, everything's come together. And when I see them do well, it's like, yes. You know, it's so awesome to see them do well. You know, and to see them, like, grow up right before our eyes and have good matches and do their thing, and they're having fun. You know, that's the ultimate payoff.
How do you feel about guys that are relatively new, maybe don't, I guess some people don't deserve the spot, but they're over with the crowd. People are showing up for them. How do you feel in terms of locker room morale, in terms of personally looking at that, seeing that? Is that something that you're proud of, happy of?
I don't understand what, like, guys that.
So someone that I would say someone that's relatively new to the business, 2-3 years in, they come in, crowd eats them up. Whatever they're doing, the crowd loves it. They are more over than anyone else on the roster. Do you feel that sometimes guys like that shouldn't get a push because of that, or do you think they should be held back for a little bit of humility?
If you're over, you're over. You know, if you're over, you're over. And when you're over, you're over. Like I said, you know, the fans hold the keys. You know, humility is always important. There's always locker room etiquette that you need to know. And if you fuck up in this business, it doesn't take long for somebody to either put their foot in your ass or pull you aside and say, hey, nah, don't do that. You know, I could give you a perfect scenario, like Brian Pillman's son. You know, great look, great kid. You know, he's Brian Pillman's son. Holy shit. You know, but do you want to talk about someone that's fucking humble? And someone who's got his head on right, and somebody who's a good soul? It's that guy. Such a kind soul. And he's so open for knowledge, and he's so open to learn, and he's a sponge. Actually very humble, very low-key, very well-mannered, you know, and looking forward to working with him.
Was that surprising when you first met him and you saw that?
Yeah, well, it was surprising when I saw him. Period. I was like, oh my God, it's Brian Pillman's son. Holy shit, he does look
Just
like
like
him. Wow. You know, and I was like, wow. And then I was like, you know, it's so sad what happened. But it's like, wow. I was like, I hope he makes it. You know, I hope he gets everything good that this business has to offer. I hope he gets it. I hope he gets a run. You know, I hope he gets a chance, at least to show, and you know, and compete at a different level. It's very hard. It's very hard to like not be happy for someone. You know, who. It's very hard to be like pissed off because someone's getting a push. In my position, anyway. You know, it's very hard because I want to see everyone do well, and I want to see every show that I'm on do well because I want to have another one. You know, the last thing you want is for a company to cave in.
Right.
So you know, you want to have the right pieces of the puzzle in place. You know, sometimes there's guys that you're like, Jesus Christ, why is this fucking guy here? But there's a reason. Okay, and sometimes there's guys that show up and it's like, okay, that guy can't come back. You know, no. And then there's guys that you see working and you're like, okay, we need this guy here. The first time I saw Matt McIntosh, I said, we need that guy here. That kid's money. I mean, not because I said it, he's here with us, but other people in the room felt the same way. And it just so happens we all felt the same way. And, you know, he's the fucking bad apple. He's a bad motherfucker. You know what I mean? And that's my boy. And I fucking love him to death. You know, like I said, I'm proud. I'm proud of so many guys in that company, you know, from job security, you know, to Bobby Wayward, who's just, he doesn't get enough credit. Bobby Wayward is probably, okay, I've seen people get heat. I've seen EC Negro get heat. I've seen Darius Carter get heat. Okay. But nobody does it as pretty, as beautiful as Bobby Wayward. You know, nobody. Not even Shawn Donavan, and that's hard. You know, Shawn's a different guy. I think they're both different kinds of heels, and I think they're kind of like, they do their thing, and they're kind of like looking over their shoulder at each other, like, I'm more of a heel than you are, fucker. Like, Bobby looks back and says, no, you're not. You know what I mean? It's like that. I believe, like, and that's good, but that's, dude, you need that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, hey, I want to be better than the guy in the main event spot. I want to be better than the guy in that spot. You know, I want to be the top heel. Or I want, you know, it's like you have to be able to, you have to want to push yourself. Like you have to want to be number one. You got to want to be the top guy. Because if not, dude, get on the other side of the guardrail. Buy a ticket. Because, like, if you don't feel like doing this, and if you don't feel like being the guy, then just stay home, man. Because this is a competition. It really is. But at the end of the day, you also have to know where you're at on the card. You have to be honest with yourself. Let's say, hey, I'm a mid-carder. Or, hey, you know, right now I'm a mid-carder. I'm opening the show. Or, you know, I'm working this match, or I'm working that match, or I'm working semi-main event. You know, or no, I am the main eventer. You know, you gotta know. You gotta know where you are, and you gotta be confident. You know who you are. I still get goosebumps. I still gotta pee 1,000 times before my match. I still get goosebumps. You know what I mean? And the day that I don't do that anymore is the day that I shouldn't be doing it anymore. You know, I still get nervous as hell before every match. And I'm a perfectionist, and I feel this has to be this way, this has to be that way. And I feel like right now, and I just had this conversation yesterday at my godson's birthday at a table full of wrestlers. right now, for the first time in my career, I believe like I have complete clarity in what I'm doing. And I reached this. I don't know how. I don't know why. But I see things so clear right now. I see them clear, and I see things before they're coming, and it feels like everything's happening in their slow motion. And I've never been this confident in my career, and I've never been this solid in my career, I think, where I'm just seeing shit. I'm on a fucking different level right now, and I'm not saying that above anyone else, but it's in the realm of what I'm doing, in the realm of my own performance. I feel like I'm on another level. Like I've definitely turned it up. I feel like my best work is yet to come. You know, I feel like my mind right now it's on. Like my mind is on. Like I feel like I know what I have to deliver, because listen, you could be the main event, but can you deliver a main event performance? Like, look at Taz in ECW. Okay, Taz didn't do a moonsault. Taz didn't do any dives. Taz didn't jump off the top rope. Taz didn't jump off the second rope. Okay,
Taz didn't jump.
But meanwhile, he was on the same show with Sabu. He was on the same show with RVD. He was on the same show with Jerry Lynn. He was on the same show with
Bam Bam
Just
Bigelow.
Incredible, Bam Bam Bigelow. He was on the same show with all these Little Guido. He was on the show with all these guys. Tajiri. He was on the show with all these guys that did all these special things. What did Taz do? He was a fucking badass suplex machine. He was a fucking ass kicker. And now he had to do, but he was totally different than everybody else did. So you can't be a main event and do a move that the third match did, or do a move that the second match did. So you have to call your shit. You have to be diligent to what you're doing for your performance, but you also have to have an eye on the monitor and see what's going on and see what's happening. Because you can't give, if you're a main event, man, that's a responsibility. You got to deliver a main event.
So now, speaking of, how do you feel about guys in first, second, third matches in terms of show structure? Having guys in early matches doing false finishes, big high spots, doing finishes that may be happening later on in the show as well, without actually talking to the people in the main event. So if someone comes in and does your finisher without asking you,
that's a fucking problem. And it's happened before. I can't say what I've done.
you can cut it.
But they know it. If
They
you're
know.
watching, you know what's happened. But, listen. There's just, you gotta have respect. Like if you're walking into a fucking, into a building, and it's WrestlePro, like, you can't, like, fucking do a burning hammer in the second fucking, like, you can't be doing that shit, you can't be, like, you have to know the people on your card, man. And listen, I've had people come up to me and say, "Hey, Maff, do you mind if I do a dive tonight? Are you doing a dive?" I said, "No, I'm not." "Do you mind if I'm doing this? Are you doing this in your match?" "No, I'm not." "Do you mind if I do it?" "Man, God bless God."
Do you feel like that's the right thing to do when you walk into the locker room?
Absolutely. Well, not when you walk into the locker room, but,
Well,
as the show progresses and you're the last guy on the fucking card, and they see that you're working hard on your match, it's okay to walk over, man, and pick a guy's brain and say, "Hey, I thought of doing this. Is it okay if I do that? Because it's really similar to yours." Man, listen, I will have a ton of respect for you if you do that. And I will also be honest with you, and I will tell you if I'm doing that, or if I don't need to do that in my match, or if I have no plans of doing that in my match at all. That's what I say, yeah, that's no problem, man, yeah. But it's all a structure, like false finish. Like, listen, I put that on a promoter and booker. If you're a booker, you're supposed to go to every match and tell them that this is what I want. I want 6 minutes. First match, I don't want a punch thrown. I want a flash pin or whatever. I want a roll up. I want a basic match, 6 minutes, no punches, boom. You should be able to tell. You should be able to stand up in your locker room and tell the guys, listen, I want no chairs involved in the show. Because only the last match is using a chair. Or the sixth match is the only match using a chair. Or, there shouldn't be anybody grabbing the microphone. Nobody should grab the live mic except for the 8th match. Because it's an angle. Or nobody touch the referee. Or nobody do this. I don't want no false finishes. I just want one move for a finish. That's it. Or, whatever. You have to, when you're the promoter, you're the booker, you're the boss, you run the show, what you say goes. And a lot of promoters, some of them don't get that. So some promotions, sadly enough, it's a lot of marks running the show, and they really don't get it. And there's been places like that I worked for, and I've just had to pull back and say, listen, I'm not going to work here because I'm going to get hurt. Every month you're putting me in the ring with, you put me in a bad situation every month. And that was like a big problem that I ran into at, I believe it was BCW, where every month there was a story, like this changed, that changed. So, hey, could you do me a favor? No, I don't want to do a favor, man. I'm just coming here to work. I'm coming here to work. I'm coming here to give you the best match that I can. I don't want to, don't start my fucking night off with asking me if I could do you a favor. I really need you to do this. This guy, he's only had 4 matches. Like, okay, the guy's only had 4 matches. Nobody knows him. Like, but you want me to do what? Well, he sold 30 tickets. Okay, so you couldn't put me in a ring with it. Like, why? What happened to the match that you? Well, that fell through. It's just every month, man, was a story. Every month was a fucking hassle, and I was put in a fucking bad situation every fucking month. I was just like, man, fuck this. I was like, that's it. I'm not coming here no more. You guys straighten your shit out, and then, call me back in a year or 2 or whatever when you guys have your shit straight. But, I don't feel like getting hurt. I don't want to get hurt.
Anyone wants to get hurt?
Yeah.
Got anything else?
I'm good.
Time for some karaoke?
That's right. What do you got for us, man?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of song you want, man? You got any song in the world? What's a dear good friend song you guys sing on road trips? Let's start with that.
Sinatra.
Another Sinatra. No music.
Yo, you turn the volume off because.
All right, here we go.
Oh, wait, I gotta start singing? He's not singing
Yeah.
with me?
No.
You by yourself.
Holy shit!
You by yourself.
I thought he was singing with me.
No,
No,
sir.
no. It's karaoke. It's you by yourself.
Jesus.
We'll give you a little
I'll
hope.
sing with you at some point.
Fly me to the moon, let me play amongst the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song, let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Hey! Heart with
Yeah.
Oh, fill my heart with song. Let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, mommy, please be true. In other words, I love you.
For someone who didn't want to do it.
I tried.
That was nice.
Dipsy, follow that bitch. Here you
So,
go. That was it. That was fun.
That was
with
great.
that, where
I
can
almost want
everyone
to do another one.
where can everyone find you on social media?
Okay. On social media, I wrote this shit down. Okay, you can catch me at Danny_Maff_WrestlePro. Or on Twitter, you can catch me at DannyMaff at WrestlePro. Also, Danny.Maff.com on Twitter. And on Facebook, it's just plain old Danny Maff. Okay, also, you can catch me on Instagram at We Are WrestlePro. Center Slaughter is coming soon. We are working on that. That's with progress that's coming. Shawn Donavan, Dipsy, he's all fucked up. Or you can catch me at Ace Pro Wrestling. You can catch me at What Wrestling in Rhode Island. You can catch me at Pro Wrestling Magic. And, of course, my home promotion, my flag promotion, where my heart lies, in Rahway, New Jersey, WrestlePro. And you can also hit me up at Dear Good Friends on Instagram.com. You can witness all the madness, all the bullshit that happens between 6 really good personal friends, and witness all the stories, all the bullshit, all the arguing, all the drama, and all the stories at the urinal where Dipsy chips his tooth at a rest stop.
Gotta wear mouthpieces at the urinal.
Yes. You can also, please also show your love and support for Strong Style brand. Okay, they are a good brand, and do your thing. Okay, Motivate Me Apparel, Strong Style gear, wrestlers, everybody, get your gear at Strong Style gear. But other than that, man, I'd like to thank GoPro Wrestling for having me, and I hope this ain't the last time.
Absolutely.
I really fucking like talking to you guys. And the karaoke thing was fun. It was awkward and fun.
We'll do it with a couple of drinks next time. That might be
Oh,
even better.
dude, you give me a couple of fucking drinks. You give the gorilla a couple of drinks, I'll be fucking topless standing on this fucking table.
We could do a rematch, Shawn Donavan versus Dan Maff.
No fucking.
At a bar, karaoke style.
Listen, I'll fuck him up in karaoke. There's no way that guy has more charisma than me.
There's a reason why Donovan is not a sponsored athlete.
Yeah, I love him to death, though. That's my brother from another mother, and I love him. And Center Slaughter's going to fuck shit up in 2019. I fucking guarantee it.
We look forward to it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this episode of Conversations with the Bayonne Badass, Danny Maff. I'm Noel DiMaggio, alongside Big Frank, our social media coordinator. You can catch us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Links will all be in the description. They'll also be
Tumblr,
popping up on the screen.
fucking Pinterest, fucking keep going. It doesn't matter. We're gonna be there.
It doesn't matter!
If you say so.
Let's flip this fucking coin.
Oh fuck!
Oh, boy.
Totally forgot. All right, I got tails. So
All right, heads you win, tails he loses.
Yep.
I want him to get chopped.
Fuck. Let's go ahead.
All right, what are we doing here?
So if it's
tails-
I didn't look too cheesy, right, when I was reading
No,
this
you look
shit?
great, man. Tails, I win. That means I get choice. Heads, he wins. He gets choice.
So basically,
Fuck.
if heads comes up, he's getting chopped. If tails comes up, I'm getting chopped.
I'm fucking ready. It doesn't fucking matter.
I want to give that.
Oh, okay.
Let's find out who's getting this fucking shit.
Let's find out who's getting chopped.
So we're totally gonna do this.
Let's see who's getting chopped here.
This is gonna suck.
Flip that fucking coin.
Wait, let's be clear on this. What are we doing? Heads? You're
Heads,
getting
you
chopped?
get choice. Tails, I
So
get
heads,
choice.
you're getting chopped. Tails, I'm getting chopped.
That's right.
I'm just flipping it and catching it. I'm letting it drop.
Flip and catch.
Flip it whatever way you want to do it. Oh, leave it.
Oh!
Leave it, leave it, leave it.
Heads!
Heads.
Fuck!
Yes!
Who's getting chopped?
Ah!
Can you guys step out here?
Alright.
Woo! Yeah.
Oh, shit.
With a
Wait,
shirt.
wait.
He's got 2 shirts on.
No,
That's
he
not
didn't.
fair.
You need to take the mic off.
Yeah, we're gonna take the mic off. We're gonna take
And the shirt?
and both shirts.
Both shirts! Holy shit! I never agreed to that part.
Yeah, you did.
Fuck!
We just made that rule up.
That's a big dude, bro. You like beefcake size.
Yeah, it's big, bro.
Follow wrestle folks.
Like bear country size. Alright, good. Wait, hold on.
Oh, I'm not ready for this shit.
Gotta take your glasses off.
You're gonna miss that bad?
Which way you chopping it? Like, you call him with the right hand?
Coming this way.
Woo!
Let it hit that
Yeah.
tattoo right there.
So you
Don't
come-
tense up. It's worse if you tense up.
For real?
Yeah. If you tighten up, it's a lot worse.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, you gotta think of it like a car accident. You just gotta be relaxed.
But I gotta chop him this way, so you gotta move a little bit. That's perfect right there. Just don't even open your eyes. Okay, just look that way. Don't look at me. You know, he looks like that guy in Full Metal Jacket.
I've been told that many times.
Go over, pal.
I didn't know this guy shoot that.
Wait, can you do this daddy while I'm chopping the shit or something?
All right. Hello. This is GoPro Wrestling. My name is Dan Maff, and I'm about to chop the shit out of Big Frank. Ready? That was a little low. I should have gotten higher. Want to get it higher?
No redo. Fuck that.
Obviously, you know what? People.
shaking.
Holy shit.
People.
sending this to your girlfriends.
People think that the back one is worse.
Oh, you should show them. So let's see how bad it is in the back.
No. Hold on. Give him a couple seconds.
The mark is starting to appear now.
That shit's stung.
We gotta put this on Instagram.
Yo, it like cracked my back is the worst part.
Right, how's it feel? How did it feel?
Oh no, it felt like a car crash on my chest. Wow.
He got his hand in forearm.
Holy shit. Yo, that was my first real chop. That shit did not.
Are you trying to say Casey Catales was not a real chop?
Well, I had a shirt on.
He's bleeding.
Okay, so you bitched out the
Bleeding.
Look.
I see it.
Oh, that just made my day. Thank God it wasn't me.
I wish I had my shirt on.
I do not miss getting chopped.
This is like the greatest new segment ever.
I'm not getting fucking chopped next time.
Well, if the coin
Hey,
lands
listen.
on you, you are.
It was a fair coin and everything. You can't get mad at me. There was no double. We were gonna get a double-sided coin, so it always landed on him.
I'm Frank, and I just got the shit chopped out.
I'm Frank. I just got the shit chopped.